Thank you. And next, I would like to invite South African visual artist, Mr. Kgole, to share reflections.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kgole. I'm a South African-born international visual artist. I'm currently based and speaking to you guys from London. And it's honestly a privilege and an honor to be here and to have the stage to talk about this masterpiece that I've created called Vushelo. So I grew up in a village in South Africa called Budupu Village. And growing up in that village, I used to be raised by my grandmother and my cousins. So I was always raised around strong, amazing women who sort of taught me what the essence of like becoming a human being is, and kindness and love. Years later, after having the privilege of getting out of my village and getting out of my township of Tembisa through the use of education and getting a scholarship to go to a high school in Johannesburg, I then was able to then sort of now pursue my art on a more serious level. And at 16 years old, I then knew that I could potentially pursue this as a career and a life, and also make change and inspire not just only young South Africans and villages and in Africa, but also inspire the rest of the world. So with this masterpiece, Vushelo, I've specifically titled the huge saying that stop killing our mothers. The reason behind that was the fact that when Khalil had called me during the pandemic in 2020, I was dealing a lot with the sadness of like what's going on in terms of in South Africa with the gender-based violence issues. Just being very fearful for like my friends and my sisters and all the mothers in the country who have to face this gender-based violence. But then at the same time, realizing that, you know, there's a huge femicide issue that we have to deal with in terms of in Africa and then the rest of the world. And at the same time, I was then looking at like the police brutality in America. One particular thing that I dedicated the Stop Killing Our Mothers to are the names of the women who have been murdered and have been recorded for the Say Her Name social movement campaign, which are the names of like these amazing American women who were killed by racist cops. So in order to make the viewer sort of realize that this is like, these are real people. These are people who have families. These are people who had lives. These are people who have a mark on this world. I've made sure to sort of name their names, their surname, the day they were born, the day they were killed, how they were killed, and who they were killed by, because these are conversations that we need to talk about, you know. And I believe that young men need to talk about the responsibilities that we have in terms of making sure that we are creating safe environments, not only for our brothers, for our sisters and our mothers, but also for our younger men to not feel that they need to act according to violence in order to prove their manliness. Because without our mothers, we wouldn't be on this planet. The masterpiece touches us on the transatlantic slave trade. It also touches on the beauty that there is with motherhood and sisterhood. So just having this opportunity to just express that this is very important to me and this should be important to everybody has just really been an honor, but it has also opened up my eyes to what the work that we still need to do as young artists, the work that we still need to do as young men, encouraging other young men to really have conversations about how do we create safe environments for women out there, and the work that we need to do as young Africans in order to tell our stories and paint our realities.